Hare Krishna, welcome you all on our 90 episode book reading, and today we'll be reading 78, 79, and 80. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Chapter 78, the killing of Dantavakra, Viduratha and Romaharshana. So this chapter relates how Lord Krishna killed Dantavakra and Viduratha, visited Vrindavan and then returned to Dwarika. It also describes how Lord Baladeva killed the offensive Romaharshana Suta. Intent upon avenging the death of his friend Salva, Dantavakra appeared on the battlefield with club in hand. Lord Krishna took up his own club and came before him. Dantavakra then insulted the Lord with harsh words and struck him a terrific blow on the head. Without budging in the slightest, Lord Krishna burguned Dantavakra's chest, shattering his heart. Dantavakra had a brother named Viduratha, and he became distraught at Dantavakra's death. Taking up his sword, Viduratha confronted Sri Krishna, but the Lord cut off Viduratha's head with his Sudarshan Chakra. Lord Krishna then visited Vrindavan for 2 months, and finally he returned to Dwarika. When Lord Baladeva had heard that the Pandavas and the Kauravas were about to go to war, in order to remain neutral, he left Dwarika on the pretext of going on pilgrimage. The Lord bathed in a sacred place such as Prabhasa, Tritakupa, and Vishala, and eventually he came to a holy Naimisharanya forest, where great sages were performing an extended fire sacrifice. While being worshipped by the assembled sages and offered a seat of honor, the Lord noticed that Romaharsana Sutta, sitting on the speaker's seat, had failed to stand in defense to him. Greatly angered by his offense, Lord Balrama killed Romaharsana by touching him with the tip of a blade of kusha grass. The assembled sages were disturbed by what Lord Balrama had done, and they said to him, "We have unknowingly killed a Brahmana. Therefore, even though you are above the Vedic injunctions, we request you to set a perfect example for the general populace by atoning for the sin." Then Sri Baladeva, following the Vedic maxim that one's son takes birth as one's own self, granted to Romaharsana's sons Ugrasarva the position of speaker of the Puranas, and in accordance with the sages' desired, he promised Ugrasarva a long life with unfailing sensory capacity. Wanting to do something more for the sages, Lord Baladeva promised to kill a demon named Balwala, who had been polluting their sacrificial arena. Finally, on the sages' advice, he agreed to go on a year-long pilgrimage of the holy places in India. So this is basically now setting up for the war of Kurukshetra. And Lord Balram, he wanted to go away from the war, being a neutral, and Krishna has went to from Dwarika to Hastinapur, and let's see what next. Chapter 79, Lord Balrama goes on pilgrimage. At the sacrificial arena of the sages at Naimisharanya forest, a harsh wind began to blow on the new moon day, spreading the obnoxious smell of pus and obscuring everything with dust. The demon Balwala then appeared there with a trident in his hand, his massive body pitched black and his face very frightening. Lord Baladeva caught the demon with his plough and then struck him ferocious blow on the head with his club and killed him. The sages chanted Lord Baladeva's glories and presented him with lavish gifts. Lord Baladeva then began his pilgrimage during which he visited many holy tirthas. When he heard news of the battle between the Kauravas and the Pandavas, the Lord went to Kurukshetra to try to stop the duel between Bhima and Duryodhana, but he could not dissuade them from fighting. So deep was their enmity. Understanding that the fight was the arrangement of fate, Lord Baladeva left the battlefield and returned to Dwarika. Some time later, Balarama again went to Naimisharanya forest, where the sages performed a number of fire sacrifices on his behalf. Lord Baladeva reciprocated by granting the sages transcendental knowledge and revealing them his eternal identity. So we all know Baladeva or Balram is actually the Adi Guru or the first expansion of Sri Krishna, and all the sages has been revealed by Lord himself, that his eternal identity. And chapter 80, the Lord Balrama, the Brahmana Sudama visited Lord Krishna in Dwarika. This is also a very, very famous story of how Sudama, being Krishna's friend in his Gurukula, and he has gone so much poor in his life, and he at the end he visited to see Lord Krishna in Dwarika. This chapter relates how Lord Krishna worshipped his Brahmana friend Sudama, who came to his palace seeking charity, and how the two of them discussed the pastimes they had shared while living at the home of the spiritual master Sandipani Muni. The Brahmana Sudama, a personal friend of Lord Krishna, was completely free from material desire. He maintained himself and his wife with whatever came of his own accord, and thus they were poverty-stricken. One day Sudama's wife, unable to find any food to prepare for her husband, went to him and asked that he must visit his friend Krishna in Dwarika and beg some charity. Sudama was reluctant, but when she persisted, he agreed to go. Reflecting that an opportunity to see Lord, he was extremely auspicious. Reflecting that an opportunity to see the Lord was extremely auspicious, his wife begged a few handfuls of flattened rice as a gift for Sri Krishna, and Sudama set off for Dwarika. As Sudama approached the palace of Lord Krishna's principal wife Rukmani Devi, the Lord saw him from a distance. Krishna immediately rose from his seat on Rukmani's bed and embraced his friend with great joy. Then he set Sudama down on the bed, washed his feet with his own hands, and sprinkled the water washed on his head. After this, he presented him with various gifts and worshipped him with incense, lamps, and so on. Meanwhile, Rukmini fanned the shabbily dressed Brahmana with yaktail whisk. All of these astonished the residents of the palace. Lord Sri Krishna then took the hand of his friend, and two of them reminiscent about the things they had done together long ago. While living in the school of their spiritual master, Sudama pointed out that Krishna engages in the pastime of acquiring an education only to set an example for human society. So we all know the very nice pastimes of Sudama and Lord Krishna. Sudama being very poor, he came to Krishna, and Krishna has actually worshipped him. He washed his feet, he took of his water on his head, and then he has given his many gifts to him. So that's where we end today's episode. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.